Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Change my yes. Live. So I'm live. So we are live. Hello, hello, hello. And I know it's about 8 p.m., so I won't hold you guys too long, but I did want to come on and talk about today. Today's the first day of February, and a lot of people have chosen to start over because January has January came in swinging, like January came in with a bang. So some people have chose to start over and let February 1st be their first day of their new year, which listen, I'm fine with and I totally understand. It's a lot has happened, right? A lot is going on in the government. We have DEI that has been a big, huge topic, which is why I wanted to come on and really address, well, it's not so much address, but let's highlight the fact that it is Black History Month. You know, today is the first day of February 1st, the first day of Black History Month. And this is the time to really celebrate resilience and leadership and transformation, right? Values that directly connect the nursing and the work that we do every day. I'm a nurse. So, as a nurse, of course, I need to represent and I want to represent the nursing community because nursing has and the DEI, and I'll get to that. And because nursing has always been a pillar, right? It's been a pillar of strength in our communities, from historical trailblazers like Mary Eliza Mahoney, the first Black licensed nurse in the US, to modern day nurse entrepreneurs and leaders. We continue to break barriers. And there is a lot of talk and concern about DEI, and I hear people talking about stats and who's actually affected by DEI, and where people of color, like where we fall in line with the DNI. And I just want to say, what's the saying? Stay woke. Like, I need you to stay woke. And I say this with love, because you have to be really careful of the misguided, oppressive narratives that have been put out there about DEI. And I want you to continue to consider and think about why these measures were actually put in place. And these are things that we need to understand so that our children understands and that our children's children continue to understand. You cannot erase history. No matter how much people may try, you cannot erase history. And I sit back and I see a lot of organizations not necessarily speaking on this or saying anything. And hey, and I'm sure maybe they're planning something on the back end, or maybe not. Sometimes people may feel that they don't want to talk politics, or they don't want to, ruffle any feathers. Listen, this is a time to ruffle feathers. And this is a part of that mindset shift that I actually wanted to talk with you guys about, because there's a mindset shift that really needs to occur. And when we think about leaders, being a leader and being in nursing, or whatever your professional background is, again, I'm speaking to my nurses, and I'm speaking to you too if you have concerns about DEI and where we stand with it. But you know, diversity, equity, and inclusion in nursing goes beyond policies, right? They shape how we think, how we lead, how we care for ourselves, how we care for others. And shifting your mindset through the lens of DEI can turn exhaustion into empowerment, right? It can turn false narratives into the realism or the realistic situations that we live through continuously. And we have to reframe challenges as opportunities. So instead of feeling defeated by systemic barriers, view them as opportunities, right? To advocate for equity, challenge biases, create spaces where all nurses can thrive or where our community can thrive, right? Join that nursing organization or join an organization that you feel you can thrive. So, for instance, for my, if you guys are noticing, I'm looking to the left here because I'm talking to my health and wealth community as well. Now, this community is a blend of nursing and other financial professionals. And I say that to say, but it's a community where we want to educate each other. It's a community where we can learn from one another. And I talked about yesterday. Yesterday, I mentioned the RFK Jr. was the topic of during his confirmation hearing. He talked about nurses being replaced by AI. And as I mentioned before, things like that, they don't necessarily ruffle any feathers of mine. But we do want to think about how we can start positioning ourselves and reframing ourselves so that when we see certain opportunities and a opportunity that comes, the first opportunity that comes to mind is the Health and Wealth Expo. Like, this is why I put together these type of events so that nurses and healthcare professionals do have other avenues and other means of financial income, or they have other means of being able to escape the burnout, escape the bias, escape the challenges that they're often faced with. We have to know our worth and be able to set boundaries. And a lot of times you can't always do that in particular settings, whether the setting is toxic, whether the setting is, just one that it does not represent or does not give you an opportunity to grow. So as nurses, many nurses, especially those in underrepresented backgrounds, they face undervaluation. And mindset shifts really help you to recognize your value. So shifting your mindset, it helps you to set the boundaries and really demand that respect that you deserve and the compensation that you deserve. And that's another reason why people go into entrepreneurship or go into businesses for themselves, because a lot of times they don't feel like they're getting that compensation that they deserve. But while you're shifting your mindset, you have to embrace growth, right? And just making that connection back to DEI, true DEI fosters an environment where diverse perspectives drive innovation. And shifting your mindset means embracing new roles, leadership opportunities, entrepreneurial opportunities, and just breaking that traditional mold. So I'm going to be over on Hillman Talk talking about leadership, and you guys can join me over there to get more information on leadership. But in the meantime, make sure that you join me for the Health and Wealth Expo virtual summit, where we're going to be talking DEI. It's Black History Month. It's taking place February 22nd, and it's Black History Month. So, of course, we're going to talk about Black history. We're going to talk about, DEI. All of these conversations are going to be included inside of the summit, along with how to start your own IV hydration business, concierge services, how to start a legal nurse consulting business, how to start a mental health nursing practice, right? Government contracting, how to fund your business. These are the type of topics that we're going to be discussing. And again, there's a mindset shift that needs to occur so that you can prepare yourself so that you can take that next step that you need. So guys, keep in mind, make sure you can register at Health and Wealth Expos with an S.com. But in the meantime, just make sure that you guys are keeping in mind, staying woke about DEI, how it affects you, or hey, how it doesn't. But keep in mind why these things were put in place and think about what you can do to make a difference. So until next time, I'll see you guys next time, and take care and have a good evening. Happy Saturday.